here, and I am super excited today because I am here with another homeschool video. And you guys know how special and how precious these homeschool videos are to me. In just a little while you'll find out, because today I'm talking about why I homeschool. So I am super excited to share that story in full detail with you. And today's video is a collaboration, and I'm super excited because I love collaborations. Today, this collaboration is with Vanna over at Miss Mom's Homeschool. She's a homeschool to three little ones, a homeschool mom to three little ones. But let me tell you, when you check out her channel trailer, you will see why you should subscribe to her channel. She's just amazing. So she is a new mom that I just met, but I will say that I will definitely be heading over to her channel to check out more videos, because from what I've seen so far, I think that it's a really great channel. So be sure to her channel, check her out, and all the other beautiful ladies that I will be collaborating with, or that are a part of this collaboration, will be linked in the box below. So feel free to check out as many of those as you like. And with so many different things going on currently, this is a great time to just kind of hear the heart of other homeschool mamas. Okay, so while you're on this channel, to all the newbies, welcome. To all my friends and family, thanks for coming back again. I love you. So I have been a homeschool mommy. This is going on my 9th year, and I'll talk about why I homeschool, why I started to homeschool, and why I'm currently continuing to homeschool. All right, so first of all, I love my children so super much. Again, I'm a mommy of 5, and I love all of them. They really are great, and I always knew that I wanted a large family. And so I just felt like with all of us being home and being together, it would be easier for me to just foster unity, fond memories of good smells and foods, and customize everything according to them. They each have different learning styles. I shared before. They each have different personalities. 2 of my kids are born in April. 2 of my kids are born in September. So, I mean, that all by itself. And so I felt like with so many different personalities and so many differences, it's really beautiful for me to formulate something that's gonna work well for us and work well for them, and really be geared toward their individual learning styles. And when a teacher is in a classroom and she has 20 or 30 or so kids, it's not as easy to customize it versus I technically could do a separate curriculum per person, and just really be able to give each child what they need because of that more individualized attention. I really wanted to spend as much time as I could with my children. These younger years are so precious. Being able to hug my baby and for her to say, "Mommy, can I sleep in your bed?" And for her earlier when I was canning something, "Can I help you can?" And when I'm in the garden, if you've been following me on Instagram, you'll see that she's in the garden taking pictures with me and helping me out. And I really appreciate that. And I don't want my children going and being away the entire day, and then I'm just gonna spend a couple of hours with them and make dinner and put them in a bed. I want it to be the person spending the time with them, the person instilling my beliefs. Those are things that are really important to me, and I guess it leads to my number 1 reason for homeschooling, which is just my faith. You know, I wanted them to be with me. I felt a call to homeschool, and not only that I feel a call, I really wanted them to learn about God, and I wanted to be able to share that with them, and that's not something that they're gonna get in public school. And when I was in public school, I remember we used to actually, our principal used to pray before we even started our day, but they did away with that, and so there's no prayer anymore, and there's a lot of other things that are in there now. So when I started homeschooling, I actually didn't know anyone personally that homeschooled, and I did not know any other ethnic, minority, Black, African American, Latina women who homeschooled either. So this was definitely a new world for me. I was kind of like a fish out of water. I didn't feel like I got a lot of help. Everybody's kind of like me, my four no more, so they're just kind of worried about themselves and stuff. And so I decided, you know what, I am going to go ahead and start my own channel, and I will share, and I'll be a light and encouragement to anybody who wants to homeschool, to anybody who has questions and all that kind of stuff. And so I really feel like being able to homeschool is a gift. I think it's a gift to be able to teach our children, to be with our children, to love on our children. And there are some special memories and moments in childhood that I really wanted to make sure I could capture. I didn't want to miss those moments. And also there were some pitfalls that I really wanted to avoid for my children. So I have 4 boys and 1 girl. And there is a lot of things that are happening in school systems, and African American boys specifically are targeted a lot. And not only that, I feel like they're treated a little bit different, and I wanted to be sure that I could set my children up as well as I could. And I just felt like even the areas that I fall short, or where I fall short, it definitely would have been better than what lied ahead for them had I sent them to public school, in my opinion. So where we used to live at, we lived in one place, but for whatever the reason, and with amazing schools, they didn't zone my child to go to that school. They zoned my child to go to another school, and the school that they zoned my child to go for had really bad test scores, and the school was just not the best school. And so I know what school is like. I knew when I was in school, it was a lot of drugs and sex, and even kids were smoking. I'll never forget, we were going somewhere with the band. I was a banner girl, and we couldn't go because somebody was smoking in the bathroom. And so, or we weren't going to go until they confessed. And so they did confess, and we did get to go. But that's not far-fetched. I substituted for the school system where I lived at. I had my associates. I had finished my prereqs to go to school to be a teacher, and I was substituted for a little while, and I was really glad I didn't go to be a teacher because I did not like it. The school setting was not good. Even in middle school, the young girls could tell me more about sexual things, if you will, than I knew. I mean, and they were just openly talking about it in class, and it was just a really eye-opening experience. The school that we went to, now I thought they were bad, but to see it now is totally different. And it's not all schools, I will say that. But then when I was in teaching the high school, I had some guys come as their substitute and corner me because they thought I was a hot substitute teacher. So my point is, I think what type of school district you live in and what type of environment you're in will definitely play a big part on your willingness or unwillingness to homeschool. And again, because I was the school zone that my kids would have went to would have been the Edgewood, Maryland area, and you guys, I'm sure, have heard some stories or not about Edgewood. I just felt that was not a good thing. Already being African American, already going to a lower ranked school, you know, it just seemed to be adding more icing on the cake, and that was something that I didn't want for my children. So And having those experiences, those are things that I cannot ignore. Having that experience, having that knowledge, seeing firsthand. I do want to go back and reiterate that again, it's not all schools that are like that. I substituted for schools in Bel Air, and in Bel Air there were maybe about 10 to 20 kids per class, depending on which school in Bel Air I taught at. The facilities were new, immaculate. The kids had computers, and it was a whole different ball game. But when I substituted for the Edgewood schools or Joppa schools or some of those type of schools, also all in Harford County where we used to live at, there was, at one point, there was like 30, 40 kids in a classroom. They were outside in a trailer with no AC, no heat. It was just a lot, and it was just not the best fit and feel for me. So again, based on my situation, I'm not speaking for anybody else, only for me. I just knew that homeschooling what was what was best for us. The reason I started homeschooling was my son came home from kindergarten crying one day and saying, "Mommy, why am I different? Why am I not fitting in?" And he had been getting in trouble a lot. And I mean, he was a smart kid. He had work sessions like set up in our home from the time he was like 3. So I had like little posters and little writing things on there. So he was just a smart kid, but he was worried because I think he just really knew all the work and he wasn't challenged. And so when he said that, and he had been in trouble so many times, and they were teaching Halloween in school and just a lot of other things that don't particularly set well with me, or that's not my preference, I decided that I would just pull him and teach him. So that is why I homeschooled him. And so my oldest did well, and then to that oldest, I added another one and another one and another one, and then finally a last one. And so at the end of last year, my family decided we were relocating and we were leaving the state. And when you have joint custody, as you guys know, there is a process and there is a procedure. And my son was given the option. I asked him what he would like, and he himself said that he would like to stay in Maryland. He did not want to leave Maryland. I gave him that okay, and I have peace with that. We all have peace with that. That's our story. But I continue to homeschool because I've been on this journey for 9 years, and I really see the benefits of it. I see the beauty of it. My son that went to public school, he didn't have any problems. He knows how to play the piano extremely well. He's won all types of contests, and he's been in all types of things. He's been on all types of places. He's had such a rich childhood, and I am completely fine with where he is. So this year he'll be going into 8th grade, and I am so excited to just walk alongside of my younger kids that are coming behind him, and to give them an education just as rich or richer. Again, just seeing how he transitioned so smoothly, just seeing how much knowledge he has, just seeing what an amazing person he's turned out to be. I would not change my decision to homeschool for anything. So this is all combined and put together. My personal experiences as a student, as a substitute teacher, working in childcare for 7 years, and then just being a mommy of 5. These are my observations, experiences, and this is my conviction and my preference as far as education for our child. Or children. It's been such an amazing journey, and I would encourage you, if you are able to homeschool, do it. Don't let anything stop you. Don't let finances, don't let your parents, if your minority or anything like that. Even if you're not rich, don't let that stop you. I want to encourage you that you can do a lot with a little, and I want to encourage you that there are no limitations, only the ones that you put there. And so I want to encourage you, if you're new on this journey, you need help, I know so many people who would love to just take you under their wings and just help give you a great start. I personally have so many videos on this channel that would be helpful, that would really get you off to a great start. So I hope that you will consider subscribing and checking out my playlist. I also hope I was not offensive with my completely raw, vulnerable, and honest opinions and thoughts, but I've always just been an honest, sweet person, and I just want to continue to be that. But this is what life in reality is for me, and so that's what I'm sharing. So until next time, guys, blessings.